الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. O you who believed, the fasting of Ramadan is prescribed upon you as it was prescribed upon people before you so that you attain piety. أياما معدودات فمن كان منكم مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر وعلى الذين يطيقونه فدية طعام مسكين فمن تطوع خيرا فهو خير له وأن تصوموا خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون. Fasting days are limited, and the one who is ill or he is on the traveling status, then there are days he is exempted or she is exempted from fasting. وعلى الذين يطيقونه فدية طعام مسكين, and those who are having difficulties and they can still fast and they have some reasons, then they can feed one person for the day they miss. فمن تطوع خيرا فهو خير له. But even in that situation, if somebody is voluntarily wants to fast, it's better for him. وأن تصوموا خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون. And if you are able to fast, then that is better for you if you know that you should fast. You should not look for the exemption. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم تشكرون. In the month of Ramadan, Allah has revealed this Quran. And it has got the guidance for the mankind, and the guidance are very clear to follow. And it is a criteria for right and wrong, the Quran, which is revealed in the month of Ramadan. فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْهُ. So the one who attends this month, it is must for that person to fast. Compulsory. وَمَنْ كَانَ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ فَعِدَّةٌ مِّنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرٍ. And if somebody is again ill or is on this traveling status, then he is exempted or she is exempted from fasting, and they can fast in other days when they are in a normal status. يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرَ. Allah wants easy for you. وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. Allah does not want any hardship for you. وَلِتُكْمِلُوا الْعِدَّةَ. So that you complete the 29 days or 30 days. وَلِتُكَبِّرُوا اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ. And then after that, you should give the takbirat when it starts, the way you are guided. وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. And so that you should be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these are the three verses which I read from the Quran, 183, 184, 185. The continuation is still till 187, but that is not our topic today. So the reason today I want to explain that fasting is very important. The significance of fasting in Islam is very important. Many of us, we don't pay attention to that. And even today, like this month, people are still same routine type of question. Should we be celebrating 15th of Shaban or not? Shab Barat, should we be fasting? All the silly questions. But the important thing that is coming in the next month, which is Ramadan, that people should be very serious, because this fasting is something that is not even taken off even after your death. This is the loan of Allah on our head. This is the loan of Allah on our head. And this is not Barclays loan. This is not finance, student loan. This is the loan of Allah. And we will finally end up to Allah. We will be. And we don't have any pocket money to give to Allah when we'll be standing in front of Allah. So this is so important that when we die from this world and we have not fasted, and we have not taken this fasting seriously, and we have not fasted the way it should be fasted, we are fasting for the name's sake, and maybe it's not accepted. In that case, we will be still, owing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is so important that today I'm going to explain to you why fasting of Ramadan is so important in our life. So these are the 5 verses are there totally, but you people have to, till you enter into Ramadan, try your level best, see all the masajid where the scholars are giving you lessons and classes on Ramadan. Attend them, whatsoever it could be, even 1-2 classes, doesn't matter. Or if you don't have that access to go to the masajid, look for the online lectures of the scholars. They have spoken about Quran and Sunnah. Don't go into the YouTube lectures where they talk about different sects. No. Go to the YouTube channels or online websites where they directly talk to you about Quran and Sunnah and how Rasulullah has fasted for 8 years of his life, Ramadan. Because when Ramadan was made obligatory, he lived only for 8 years after that. So 8 years of Ramadan is clearly mentioned from A to Z, that how Rasulullah fasted and what are the Islamic rulings with acceptance or rejection, what makes it rewardable, what makes it invalid, what makes it valid. All these things are important. So the conclusion from today's khutbah inshallah will be that from now, we have to give priority to learn the stages of how to, be successful in the month of Ramadan. So let's start with this. So go to the Quran, chapter 2, which is Surah Al-Baqarah, and 5 verses only. 183, 184, 185, 186, and 187. These are the 5 verses, and inshallah it will give you, and to learn the fiqh from the Quran of this, the best tafsir are 2. Imam Qurtubi has explained the fiqh issues, bringing all the different opinions of the scholars. So Imam Qurtubi's tafsir is like fiqh on this subject. And his follower, mashallah, Imam Shawkani, later on when he came, he also has written same. He has modified Tafsir Qurtubi into the name called Fathul Qadir. Fathul Qadir, same thing. And these books are available on YouTube, on online, and AI. God bless AI. Allah bless AI. You can, if you want to know the translation, even translations are also available for that. AI will give you the translation of Tafsir Qurtubi. AI will give you the translation of Fathul Qadir of Imam Shawkani. Not 100% exact same, because we know Arabic, alhamdulillah, and Arabs also know. Sometimes AI will give you the translation that is fake in the digital world. So AI is not a human being. AI is not a doctor or PhD scholars or Arab by birth. So he won't translate to you exactly. He will only copy and do the research and get you the translation close to what the tafsir says. So, alhamdulillah, but still you will get 90% of the right information of AI. What do I mean by AI? It's not a new sheikh, no mufti, no imam. It's artificial intelligence, where you search for the translation, you search for the hadith, you search for the topic, you'll get the result there. So alhamdulillah, and this is what you should be doing. Now let's understand from our perspective. I have prepared the lecture today. Shortly I will go very quickly to make you understand that the significance of fasting in Islam. And it is divided into 4 main parts. Number 1, the definition of fasting in Islam, the significance of fasting in Islam, the spiritual benefits of fasting in Islam, and the virtues of fasting in Islam. Definition is very clear. Fasting is the root word is som, sawama, sad, wa, and mim. It means to abstain, to stop. And literally in Islam, Islamic definition is that from Fajr, from dawn till sunset, we stop from halal food. Haram is not our subject. Haram is haram. 24/7 it is stopped. And 365 days it is haram for us. We are talking about halal food from Fajr till sunset, starting of the dawn, and then ending of the day, sunset. We are not allowed to eat halal food. We are not allowed to drink halal drink. And if we are married, we are not allowed to have marital status, relationship between, not status, marital relationship between husband and wife. The key elements for this is niyyah. Your intention is important. You're not just fasting for dieting. If you're fasting in the month of Ramadan for dieting, you won't get nothing. So your intention should be that Allah has made me Muslim, and as a Muslim, Allah has prescribed this fasting upon me, and for that reason, to please Allah, not to please my father-in-law. My father-in-law said to me that I will take away my daughter from you if you're not fasting this month. So for that, I have to fast. My father-in-law told me that you have to pray. If you don't pray, and my daughter tells me that you're not praying, khalas, I'll take away my daughter from you because you are not considered to be Muslim. No, if you are doing that for that purpose, because there was a sister, she was from London, she had an affair with a Hindu boy for 3 years. And then she was so much fallen into for him, that she forced her parents to get her married to that boy. And the father put this stupid father, definitely stupid father. He told that to the boy, that you be Muslim and then you can marry my daughter. And he, on the face of the father, he said, I will be Muslim just for marriage, but I'm not Muslim. I'm happy to be Hindu. It's your daughter's choice. It's your condition. And she got married. to this man. I don't know how she got married. They told me to do the nikah. I said, Masalama, good luck. I'm not interested in that. So she got married, and after 3 years, she approached me privately without telling her father, Sheikh Abdul Majid, help me please. I'm having problem with this husband. I said, get your parents involved with me, then only I can help you. Otherwise, I cannot discuss with you personally like that. So, this is very clear. That marriage is not valid. That relation is not valid because intention is not for the sake of Allah. So here fasting should be, intentionally should be for Allah alone. And Rasulullah has made it very clear, first hadith of Sahih Bukhari, إِنَّمَا الْعَمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. The rewards are just based on your intention. And then the Quran says that it should be, the second point is that there's a particular time, particular way of fasting. Terms and conditions between that particular time. If that terms and conditions are not met in that particular time, then the fasting is not valid. What is the timing? Start of the dawn, sunset, and in between, no halal food, no halal drink, and no marital relationship if you are married. After that, mashallah, the whole night till the next dawn, you are free to do all the halal things. And at the same time, this is with regards to physical conditions, terms and conditions. First is the intention, second is the physical thing, that these three things you should be maintaining. And the third is very, very important, that there's a spiritual behavior with regards to the fasting. If you don't maintain that spiritual behavior, what does that mean? It means your eyes are fasting. And if you are not careful about how you should be, how your eyes should be fasting actually to please Allah, how your tongue, how your hands, how your behavior, then your fast is invalid. رُبَّ صَائِمٍ لَيْسَ لَهُ مِنْ صِيَامِهِ إِلَّا الْجُوعُ وَرُبَّ قَائِمٍ لَيْسَ لَهُ مِنْ قِيَامِهِ إِلَّا السَّهَرُ وَالتَّعَبُ. Hadith very clearly says that on the day of judgment, a man will be standing, a person will be standing, man or woman, and will get no reward. Allah will say, you got the fasting reward just for hunger and thirst. That is appreciated, that is accepted. Rest, no reward for you. No entering into Jannah from the door of Rayyan for you. Same thing, he says that the reward of your Qiyamul Layl, that you were praying Taraweeh, looking for the Qari, looking for where the Quran is being finished or recited completely, that you got only the reward of listening to that or attending that, or giving stress to your legs and giving stress to your eyes. But as far as the reward for you to go to Jannah is not accepted. Why? Because eyes are fasting, hands are fasting, body is fasting, spiritually your heart is fasting, your thinkings are fasting. So all that thing, three things should be understood in our fasting. If you don't maintain those three things, intention and the physical fasting and the spiritual fasting, if you don't have that, Allah will not accept our fasting. And this is very important. How would you know? You would know only when you study it. And where do you get this evidence from? Allah has already said, chapter 2, and the verse starts from where? Yeah, I know, chapter 2 is Baqarah. The verse starts from 183. 183. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyamu kama kutiba alal ladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. O you who believed, fasting is prescribed upon you the way it was prescribed upon people before you, so that you attain piety, physical consciousness of Allah and a spiritual consciousness of Allah. That's called fasting. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned. So this is the first part of our khutbah, where I wanted to explain to you that what is the definition of fasting in Islam. I hope you have understood this. And elements are niyyah, physical fasting and spiritual fasting. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم. Make dua for Uncle Bashir. He is still in a critical condition. إن الحمد لله نحمد ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Now the second important thing that I wanted to explain to you is that why the month of Ramadan is chosen in Islam for fasting. It's very important. Many of you have the answers, alhamdulillah. Some of you will give the full answers, and some of you will be struggling, but it's good, better to just, alhamdulillah, create the, importance in your head, mashallah. The number one, it is, the month of Ramadan is so important with regards to the fasting, because Ramadan is the month where fasting was made compulsory, and Ramadan is the month where Allah has started revealing the first part of the Quran. So it is very close relation, because Quran will take us to Jannah, or Quran will take us to Jahannam. Honestly speaking, that's the reason for the Quran. Quran is a judge. Quran is a solicitor. Quran is a barrister for you. The Quran will be standing on the day of judgment, will say, or will fight for you, or fight against you. Hujjatun laka aw hujjatun alayk in Sahih Muslim. So Quran is revealed in the month of Ramadan. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 184. 183 is spiritual fasting. 184 is Shahru Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran. In the month of Ramadan, Allah has revealed this Quran. So this is very clear that in the month of Ramadan, Allah has revealed this Quran. Hudan lin-nas, guidance for the whole mankind. وَبَيِّنَاتٍ مِّنَ الْهُدَى, and every guidance, every information is clear to understand, to follow. The second point, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that the Islam that we believe in, we all are Muslims. Raise your hands, my brothers. Are we all Muslims? Come on, don't feel shy, man. I'm not taking bay'ah. Yes, we all are Muslims. We should be proud to be Muslim. We should be living as Muslims. We should be dying as Muslims. So we should be proud of that. And that Islam of ours is in our hands. We are the pillars. What are that? That means if you hold your Islam in your hand, by fasting, by praying, by paying zakat, by performing hajj, this is what you have. You are holding the Islam in your hand. So you are the pillar. And one of the pillars that you have to fulfill is your fasting. And this is mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Tirmidhi, Abu Dawud, Nisa ibn Majah, Bunya al-Islamu ala khams. That Islam is based on or founded on 5 pillars. One of them is fasting. Som. Alhamdulillah. So the second importance is in the month of Ramadan. Why the Ramadan is chosen? Because it is the 4th pillar of Islam. And the third point is that this is the month of mercy and forgiveness. Subhanallah. Throughout the year, we might be committing sin, we might be doing zulm, we might be doing cheating and all so many things. But this is the time. Ya baghi al-khayri aqbilu wa ya baghi al-sharri aqsir. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has appointed every night of Ramadan, Allah has appointed an angel to tell you, to give you alarm to your Alexa. Kya wo software hai? Alexa. This is Allah's Alexa, angel, that will call you every day, every night, that, oh, the one who loves to do good deeds, this is the time for you. The ground is open for you. Run as fast as you can. Compete in the goodness. And the one who was bad for all 11 months, stop. Stop now. This is the time for you to give a break. Yes. Close down your key of the car and put the car in the garage and just get ready for your ibadah. This is the time every night. Bukhari, Muslim, Tirmidhi, Abu Dawud, Nisa ibn Majah, every hadith, book of hadith says that Allah has appointed Alexa angel, which will remind you every night that get up for the good and stop for the bad. So this is the third benefit of this month. And finally, fasting will take us to Jannah. Jannah has got how many gates? Can you count my fingers? How many is this? 8 gates. And how many gates are there for Jahannam? Why are you scaring us, Sheikh? We don't want to know. Yes, 7 gates. For your information, Jahannam, this is mercy of Allah. There are only 7 sins that will take you to Jahannam because of those 7 things. But there are 8 things, mercy of Allah. Allah has given you one more chance, that you still have one more chance, that there are 8 gates open for you. One of those gates is called Ar-Rayyan. What is it called? Ar-Rayyan. Don't name your child Rayyan. Oh, your son? No. People, they name their children just because it is famous. No, it should have a meaning. So, Rayyan is a gate, one of the gates of the Jannah, where people will be standing in front of Allah, and Allah will say to the angels, again, Alexa Rayyan, angel, will be standing at the door and will be giving you a call. All those who were fasting for the sake of Allah, please come to this side. This is the boarding. Bring your boarding card. Your boarding card will be your fasting. Your boarding card will be fasting in the month of Ramadan, accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by fulfilling the criteria, intention, physical fasting and spiritual fasting. With this, my brothers and sisters, alhamdulillah, I think I have conveyed my message. Virtues of fasting is all clear. Virtues of fasting will continue, inshallah. Would you like to come for the next Jumah? Inshallah. And we are ready for the fasting? Okay. So, alhamdulillah, next Jumah we will bring in details about more virtues and rewards for fasting, inshallah. So, what we have covered today, the definition of the fasting, significance of fasting, and why Ramadan has been chosen for fasting. And in this, we have covered all these benefits of fasting. Inshallah, if you have got any other questions with regards to fasting and what is something that I have missed out, because most of you are, mashallah, quite learned here. So if you think something has to be taught or mentioned next Jummah, Tariq Beta, you are the first one to give me the suggestion. Hey, you're on the media, mashallah, and you're running Islamic media, mashallah. So whatever the knowledge you have about what current situation is happening with Islam, none of us can say that. So it's you are, mashallah, first one to be, discussing with this. Okay, alhamdulillah. So next Jummah, we will be talking about the merits and virtues of fasting all throughout the year, not only Ramadan, the fasting of the whole 1 year, inshallah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد وأقم الصلاة إبراهيم
الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله